Treydan, you've played outside, you've played inside. Do you have a preference between the two? Do you feel equally comfortable at both?
Yeah, this deep into playing both, I feel pretty comfortable in either one. I'm just ready to play either one. Wherever Coach Keenan wants me, that's where I'm gonna go.
What are the biggest differences between the two spots?
Um, I mean, obviously there's some differences in the pass game. You're covering slots, so it's usually a different build receiver. Um, when you're in the slot, it's you got to know the run game. You got gaps. You got to know what the front's doing. Corner, you got to get used to, not always having middle safety help when you're to the field. Um, and then, yeah, obviously the receiver build on the outside is a little bit taller, maybe long speed guys. So.
We'll go Dave and then Justin and Troy.
Trey, you've had, I believe, interceptions now in 3 straight practices. What do you attribute that to? Is a lot of that luck, or you feel like you're in the right place where you're supposed to be when the ball becomes available and allows you to be able to secure it?
Yeah, I would say just trying to do my job, trusting all the guys around me, and then I just happen to be in the right place at the right time, and then finishing the play. Coach Keenan always talks about if you can get your hands on it, you got to bring it down. So that's what I'm trying to do.
If we're gonna what's been impressive about Treydan and what he's been able to do these last few seasons?
Yeah, I think just in terms of like camp, he's a guy that like he doesn't necessarily get like a lot of reps, say at corner, but he gets mental reps and he can just go out and do it. And I think that's a big thing. He never makes a mistake twice. If he makes a mistake, that's really all you'll see from him with that one. And then just over the last couple seasons, just being a guy that's consistent and just a big playmaker. Like the stuff that happens in practice, it doesn't surprise any of us. It's just him. So, hopefully he gets some more opportunities for that this year. Because being DB, two guys one guy could be better than the other, but the other one just gets more opportunities at getting his hands on the ball. So.
Justin and Troy.
Question for both. In what ways has Genesis Smith gotten better over the last year plus?
Yeah. He's really coming into like his size. He's a big body for a DB. He's definitely got that going for him a lot. But he's just a guy who likes football. So when it comes to like the mental game, he's into that kind of stuff. And those are the kind of guys you want playing next to you. Because he's learning all the positions. He's very versatile. He's playing free, boundary, nickel, and he's just been really improving in all those areas. And he's a guy that really can play a lot of positions in the secondary, and he's a ball player. He's one of those guys who could just find the ball. So.
Oh yeah, I was just to add to that. I mean, yeah, he came in as a freak athlete. We all knew that, but for him to be like a film junkie like he is, I mean, he's always in the building, always asking coaches to, go through this with him, go through something else with him. And when you get to see that as a young guy, as young as he is, I mean, it makes you trust him. Like everyone out there is ready to play. If Genesis is in, we're ready to go.
And Treydan, what have you seen from Marquise Gross-Kilbrew, and how does he fit into the system?
Oh, I think he's had a really good camp so far. He's covering very well. Obviously there's plenty of room to grow, but he's playing well. He's covering well. He's learning the defense too. It's his first season in this defense, so he's getting a hold of it, and I think he's got a bright future.
Treydan, 2 questions for Genesis Smith. He's played the nickel position. Obviously, you're very familiar with that. What have you seen out of him, and what advice have you given him to help him learn that position in this training camp?
You guys have seen he's been playing fantastic. Coach Keenan likes to say he doesn't want there to be any drop-off. Like, the position's got to be played better than it was last year. So when Genesis comes in, he's been playing well. He's doing his job. And then he's made plays. When the ball's coming at him, he's making plays too. There's only so much I can share with him now because he's seen the reps a lot now too. So just little things, here and there, maybe little nuggets about what receiver likes to do this, what tight ends like to lean this way and go that way, that type of stuff.
And then for Marquise, obviously he was there with you guys during the spring, but seems a little bit more involved now during training camp. What do you think the biggest development for him was from spring to training camp, why he's been able to make that jump?
He was just really focused on getting healthy. He was going through something in the spring, But yeah, he took his rehab seriously. He got back to full speed before, he didn't come back too early and, re-aggravate it. So he got himself to 100%, and now he's able to just go out there and play freely, do his thing.
For Gunnar, you've played with Treydan and Dalton for a while now. Takario became a full-time starter last year as well. How would you describe the chemistry and the communication that you guys have in the secondary, and then how does that help you, make adjustments during games?
Yeah, we've definitely developed a good feel for each other in terms of just being on the field, knowing what each person's doing or what they're thinking when we get certain looks. With that being said, though, it's definitely something we're always building on. I feel like after every practice, there's something communication-wise that we can tighten up because, we're always trying to get to a point of, we like to talk as much as possible. We always try to get to the point of just knowing that he's going to be there, So that's a big thing. But, yeah, I feel like all those guys, when we're on the field, there's not much that needs to be said. It's more just a couple taps on the hip, couple whistles, stuff like that, and we kind of know what each other are talking about. So we're still building on it for sure. There's a lot of things we still have to work on. We have a lot of room to grow still, which is great. But yeah, those guys are all great communicators.
Question for both of you. It seems like there's a very high level of energy out there through the first couple of days. Does that come from Coach Aquino, or is that self-motivated, or consistent high level of energy? Where does that come from for you guys?
Yeah, I think it starts from upstairs for sure. Coach Keenan always says players are a mirror of how their coach coaches. So if he was standing there with his hands in his pockets, we would all probably be chilling back mellow. But he's out there running around at his age. So we can't sit back and relax. And we all love each other. We love to make plays and we love to compete. So when we do things good, we're gonna celebrate. We do things bad, we're gonna slap each other on the head, get it right the next time. So.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. That's how Coach Aquino coaches us, and he tells us that, we're a reflection of how he coaches. And he has high expectations, and he coaches us hard. But at the end of the day, man, we all started playing this game because it was fun. So, it's easy to forget about that when you start getting at this level and you get older. So we try our best to just at all times, we all know it's serious, but man, this is a game. This is a fun game, so we got to go out there and have fun. And that's usually when we're all playing our best. So.
David and Justin.
Gunnar, there have not appeared to be a lot of passes out there for Noah in these first few practices. When you guys go back and watch the tape after practice, what are you seeing as to the reason that you guys are not giving him very many opportunities here early?
Honestly, when we go back and watch film, we're mainly watching on the plays that we didn't execute very well. Honestly, couldn't tell you too much about that one, but I know, the defense, we're trying to execute our deal, and the offense has had a lot of explosive plays too during camp. I think it's just a matter of, competing. Some days the offense wins, some days the defense wins. It's football. That's why there's offense and defense, because, we got to pick each other up. But, yeah, we're usually watching plays that we messed up on. So it's hard to see all the good stuff sometimes.
Treydan, those one-on-one drills when you guys are going up against the wide receivers and the tight ends, what's the key in those drills? Because it's one-on-one, there's all that space out there, for them to do what they need to do offensively. As defenders, what are you trying to get accomplished in those drills?
Yeah, Coach Keenan always talks about how he loves that the defense is at a disadvantage in one-on-ones. Like he says, we're always going to be at a disadvantage playing defense, so this is a perfect drill for us. For us, we're just trying to work on feet, eyes, leverage, alignment, all stuff that we can control. And then, we all know that we'll have some hole help. There's going to be linebackers there, going to be safety in the middle of the field. So, if something gets caught inside, we're not going to freak out about it. You just, line it up, do it again.
Last question to Justin.
Question for both. Is there a new Martell Irby on the team, like a newcomer who has a pretty strong voice?
I would say, I don't like to necessarily compare guys, but I think I think in terms of just like ability and like physicality, like Owen Goss, he's for sure like a guy who's physical. He's gonna fly around. He plays with like that same kind of like just like reckless abandonment, you know. So I would say that's a guy that I kind of see like that. Just super athletic, loves football like Martell did. So just getting him like in our system, you know, making him a good fit. I think it's gonna be he's a great addition.
Yeah, I would say that's a good one. I mean, Martell was 101. We all know
Yeah.
that, but OG, he's bringing the juice for sure.
All right, that's our time. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Th-
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
yeah,
y'all.
thank you.